I just pulled into my garage on a rainy day, having been to the gym, and I was thinking about how we humans twist ourselves into knots in so many areas, specifically how we have taken groups of people who traditionally were disenfranchised or disadvantaged, made it even more difficult for them, or at least some of them. Anyone who's ever studied Marxism knows that it's about class warfare. It's class struggle. It's putting everyone into boxes. As George Orwell so well stated, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. So I think about two areas. One, women who for centuries have tried to rise to a place of equality and equity in our culture, to not be viewed as second-class citizens. They worked so hard to get the vote, to be treated well. They're still struggling in many areas to be considered equal to men. Then all of a sudden, particularly if you take a Marxist or leftist perspective, the concept of woman or female is thrown out the window with transgenderism. So a man who perceives himself to be a woman can now take that place of value over biological woman. Now, what does that do for the feminist movement, right? You've heard that debate going on for years now. Or consider the plight of African Americans, who for centuries have been not just disenfranchised, but abused. But now groups like the NAACP and others qualify the Black community. Well, you have to be the right kind of Black person. If you're a conservative Black person, well, then this doesn't apply to you. So where does that put groups of people who are disenfranchised groups in relation to the some animals are more equal than others? It's not just tragic, it's painful how we so often fall into that class struggle. I'm better than you. I've talked about this in regard to intersectionality, that at some point you have to stop and say, wait a minute, we need to be objective here and say that women at large or African Americans at large, rather than qualifying them and suggesting that some are more equal than others. This is where ignorance comes into play. And we end up in this kind of reflexive, reactive notion that is ruining our ability to get along with each other. Anyway, something I thought about